Very good.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya. Naram Chaiva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam. Tato Jayam Udirayet. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyanam Janam Shalakaya. Chakshurumilitam Jena Tasmai. Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Tat Sat. Let's go to the verse. You put here in the screen. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, the status quo, chapter 1, 3:133. Kachichivam devaka bhoja putrya Vishnu prajaya iva deva matu Yavai swagarbena dadhara devam Trai yata jagya vitana martam. Synonymous. Kachit, weather. Shivam, everything well. Devakabhoja Putriya, of the daughter of King Devakabhoja. Vishnu Prajaya, of she who gave birth to the personality of Godhead. Eva, like thereof. Devamatu, of the mother of the demigods Aditi. Ja, one who. By, indeed. Swagarbena, by her own womb. Dadhara, conceived. Devam, the Supreme Lord. Trai, the Vedas. Yata, as much as. Jagavitanam, of spreading the sacrifice. Artam, purpose. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As the Vedas are the reservoir of sacrificial purposes, so the daughter of King Devakabhoja conceived the Supreme Personality of Godhead in her womb, as did the mother of the demigods. Is she doing well? Devaki. Purport. The Vedas are full of transcendental knowledge and spiritual values, and thus Devaki, the mother of Lord Krishna, conceived the Lord in her womb as the personified meaning of the Vedas. There is no difference between the Vedas and the Lord. The Vedas aim at the understanding of the Lord, and the Lord is the Vedas personified. Devaki is compared to the meaningful Vedas and the Lord to their purpose personified. Beautiful. Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Canta Radha Canta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Vatara Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So yeah, you can hear. Yeah, very good. Thank you so much. Very beautiful verse. Who is asking? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last one. Who is asking? Is Devaki doing well? Who's talking?
Vidura.
Oh, beautiful. Very kind. kindness, a very refined, refined quality. He refined human quality, kindness. So we should always be aware if we are pay attention in how much kind we are with others, especially inside the house, towards our kids, towards the wife, towards the husband. Can you imagine an spiritualist person treat everybody's spiritual? So, oh my God, don't kill the animals, don't kill the ants, be good for everyone. And then at home, they treat badly their partners, their daughters, their sons, you know. So this is their relatives. So this is a point that we have to be more careful with this kind of attitude than to have a 30 kantimala here in the neck, dressing like a real saint, very concerned to buy certain kind of clothes, expensive, beautiful to appear, very concerned, instead of like how I am treating my wife, my husband, my daughters, the neighbors, the devotees in the temple, like Hare Krishna, how are you doing? Or should I, or can I, or, with kindness. So Vidura, he is asking, is Devaki doing well? It's not like, what's the importance of Devaki? She's just a victim of the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she's just the womb who brought the Lord, and she got so much mercy that she's for this causeless mercy, as she doesn't have any importance, or she was just a woman, or she's just this is not so relevant, but no, he is concerned about Devaki's well-being. That's our books. So we have to think, are we follow our books, isn't it? I'm sorry, I don't know if I have anything here. Just a second. Just a second. Let me. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is a point that we have to not only follow when the Bhagavatam says that marriage life is a dark well. This we follow very nicely. But when now that are we observing how kind Vidura is and try to follow his steps? So that's a point here that we shouldn't, forget. And we should give also so much attention. We give so much attention to the negative. Let's do the much attention to the positive and really endeavor. Naturally, we look for faults because the mind is conditioned and the mind is like that. So naturally, we look for faults in others. So must be an endeavor to find qualities in others. But this is a practice that everybody should do. It's not like that why, because I'm not feeling, or because I wasn't born like that. No. You have to practice to find good qualities in others. It's a practice with a purpose, with an intention and understanding. Every time the mind says, this person is not good because of this, you say, no, but I think it's good because of this and this and this and that. You have to fight the mind. The mind is saying, those things. So we have to fight the mind. No, she's good because of this and this and that. He is good because of this and this. These are his qualities. These are her qualities. The mind will say something, you say another something. The mind is saying something, we say another something. And then very quick, like earlier than you can imagine, the mind will stop to find faults. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. How conditioned is the mind. So you can train the mind to be kind, to remember to be kind, and also not to find faults. It's very interesting point. Okay, can you please put the purpose there? And now, okay, this is the importance of the woman to give birth and to train the next civilization. This is a very important role. So the mother should be well cared and respect and nice and focused and intelligent, so can give a good education to the next society and in the family. If she's okay and she's happy, and then everything in the house will be okay. So they say the daughter of King Devakabodja. This is the what's the name? Also, this is the greatness of our literature. Not fanatic, not misogynist literature. That put the woman down. Very beautiful here. The daughter. The Vedas are full of transcendental knowledge and spiritual values. And thus, Devaki, the mother of Lord Krishna, conceived the Lord in her womb as the personified meaning of the Vedas. There is no difference between the Vedas and the Lord. The Vedas aim at the understanding of the Lord, and the Lord is the Vedas personified. Beautiful. There is no difference between the Vedas and the Lord. Devaki is compared to meaningful Vedas, and the Lord to their purpose personified. Devaki is compared to meaningful Vedas. I am researching on the Muslims, Al-Quran and their philosophy, and I saw even more, what's the name? Similarities between how we treat the woman and how the Islam treat the woman, with the mentality that because men has sexual desire because of the woman. So then if they are completely covered to everything, and then men can control their sexual desires. This is Islam. So we tried to do this in ISKCON. The devotees came to India, Srila Prabhupada disciples. When they went back to London, one Prabhupada disciple lady, she was living Mayapur, she told us, they had to put pins everywhere in the body to cover themselves as much as they could. And also there were complaints like I feel agitated because the ladies are coming to program in the temple, and Prabhupada said there are so many women here in New York, and if you don't want to see them, you just go to the forest. That was Prabhupada's answer. Actually, although Prabhupada was grew up in India and completely under Muslims, Islam culture, because too much Islamic culture in India, and he had his understanding, the spiritual understanding and vision, and he advised for women's protection how to behave, but it was nothing to do with very strict rules. Because a woman should be quiet, you should not speak anything, you should not say anything, especially Malati Devidasi, she was in India with Prabhupada cooking for him. And then when Prabhupada put the Ananta Shesha for this temple now, TOVP, that's built in Mayapur, and then all his spiritual brothers, his God brothers were there in the ceremony. And then Srila Prabhupada had to, appointed somebody to give a speech. And he appointed Malati to give a speech. Can you imagine? He's a Prabhupada, is a completely revolutionary. And then, what's her name? Jamuna Devi, she was sitting in front and having leadership roles because she was so capable and intelligent, and Prabhupada was asking her to do different things, many times. And Jamuna, she was very, very great. Since she joined, she showed Prabhupada many talents, and Prabhupada saw in her great potential. So Prabhupada was teaching her many different things. She was very good in arts, a singer. She was writing. She learned handwriting in the university, calligraphy. She learned. So Srila Prabhupada was asking her to make, make signs with her very good calligraphy and blah, blah, blah. Srila Prabhupada, and then because of all this talent that Srila Prabhupada saw her, and then he said also to worship the deities. And she was having very big role, singing, playing, cooking, worshiping the deities, and the devotees got disturbed, because they came to India and then they saw an Indian woman that's not a Vedic woman, but Islamic woman, and then they thought, oh, Jamuna cannot do what she's doing. Jamuna cannot sit in front. She's doing too much. Srila Prabhupada has been very, very kind, but actually this is wrong. Women shouldn't behave like that. So they did that with Jamuna. I read Jamuna's biography. 2,000 pages or 1,600 pages book. Amazing. Incredible Jamuna's biography. I read. And then she did so much tapasya in Vrindavan Dham. So much, so much. You can't imagine how hard it was for Jamuna in order to live. She was living 5 years in Vrindavan with no structure, and she drew Krishna Balaram herself and got approved from Prabhupada, and she brought to Jaipur, and she had the deities Krishna Balaram made. It's such very valuable work. But then she was not, she saw what was coming related to women's treatment, and she saw India and Indian woman and the situation, and she just left. She left, and she didn't ever come back anymore. But she did amazing. She did the Lord Krishna's Cuisine. Lord Krishna's Cuisine won national prize in America as a vegetarian book. And the name was Lord Krishna's Cuisine. So Jamuna was like a very, very great. So many people did so many great things, and Jamuna is one of them. It's very important. So then here in this verse, the verse itself and Srila Prabhupada they are glorifying Devaki's roles as a mother of Lord Krishna. His mother is very important, so like it's not only Krishna's grace upon her causeless mercy, but also her fortune and good deeds and desire and the spiritual advancement to have such a thing. I was giving some classes in Chile, and then I told them about the class was about Vaishnava appreciation, and then I told them to not only saying that all the deities are so beautiful, it's all Krishna's grace, but also saying who dressed the deities today, who made the garlands. It was this such and such das, such and such dasi, that you could come and say, wow, you did such an amazing devotional service. Thank you very much. The deities were so beautiful. Not only everything is made by Krishna, and you shouldn't recognize or tell anything because they may become proud, and this is very bad for them. I'm telling you, this is so bad policy or politics or lifestyle. You know, we use Krishna and his Krishna's greatness to dismiss the devotees' qualities, endeavors, and service. It's not them. It's not you. You're doing nothing. No, 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 no. You know, so we have to acknowledge, we have to recognize that was very toxic, and we shouldn't do that. Krishna is always, always the source of everything. Krishna is the creator of everything. The sounds, the colors, the nature, the brain. He is the ultimate word and ultimate source of everything. And we know that already. We know that. We know that the devotees got abilities. The devotee got skills to dress the deity. The devotee got the intelligence to get to dress the deity. And all of this comes from Krishna. My intelligence, your intelligence, his intelligence, their intelligence, all comes from Krishna. But nonetheless, they did it. He did it. It's the person. The person. So we say we are personalists, or we like to say that we have compassion, that we have to be kind and non-violent, and this is the beginning. You know about what we should do: recognize, acknowledge, praise other services. So it's very, very important. It's very good. And you know what? Actually, a very important point, I almost forgot. If you are kind with yourself, you can be kind to others. The first step is to be kind with yourself, compassionate with yourself, patient with yourself, your own faults. You accept yourself. As soon as you are doing this, you'll be able to also do to others. You are the first person that you have to be kind, that you have to be compassionate, that you have to be nice, that you have to be non-violent. You are the first one. Why you treated people badly? Because you treat yourself badly first. This is the reason why. So when you see yourself that you're not seeing people's nice qualities, and you're impatient, or you were not compassionate, or you're not kind, see if you are kind with yourself. Are you giving time to yourself? Are you resting? Are you having a good prasada that you like to eat? Are you traveling? Are you laughing? Are you listening to music? Are you reading? Are you lying down? Sometimes, are you breathing? Are you doing exercise? If you do that, and then you'll be able to be kind to others. Okay? Of course, it doesn't mean tolerate, what's the name? Tolerate violence against yourself. It doesn't mean, you know, to tolerate abuse. It doesn't mean that. Okay? Nothing that is crime is supported by what I'm saying. It is a normal situation in life. Okay? Normal relationships. Okay? So I think it's good for now. If somebody has any question.
Hare Krishna.
Does anybody has any question or comment? Please feel free to talk.
Well, I thought you were going to say something about. Well, I think Madhuvan has his hand up.
Yes, Madhuvan has a question or comment.
Hare Krishna, Mother of Glory, Subway Satya Sati.
Dandavad, Haribol.
Thank you very much for, for being present for us today. We quite appreciate your coming, and we always appreciate you when you come. What I want to say, okay, like you were talking about how women are being discriminated upon, both in Islam and other parts of different parts of the world. Now, you also explain how Prabhupada, respect women or his disposition towards women. Is it because of this? Because there's a verse in the Bhagavad Gita when they say that the sages that they see with equal vision, a dog eater, a cow, an elephant, that they see with equal vision. So maybe that's what helped Prabhupada, to handle the situation of discrimination, because somebody who sees on that platform, for instance, all living entities, the eternal part and parcel of the Supreme. So they are not seen on the bodily perspective. So, and when you see like that, then I think one can handle the situation, not discriminating against women, men, or something. I don't know if you understand my argument.
No problem. It's the audio. The audio is difficult for me. Sahadev, can you please summarize what he's saying?
Well, Hare Krishna. What Madhuvan Prabhu is saying, you were talking about how women are discriminated against in some parts of Islam. That you cannot do this, you cannot do that. That in ISKCON also sometimes some people speak that way. But you also indicated how Srila Prabhupada was not like that. And you cited examples of how Srila Prabhupada asked Mother Malati to speak. You mentioned Mother Yamuna, how Srila Prabhupada engaged her. So he's asking, is it because Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita that one who is a true yogi sees no difference between gold, pebble, cow, dog, a dog eater, Brahmin? Could that be the reason why Srila Prabhupada, with equal vision, treated each and everyone alike? That's his question.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. You can say that, Madhuvan, too. You can say, why not? Fine. But I believe it's much more practical than religious, what Srila Prabhupada did. Srila Prabhupada needed qualified people to do tasks. And it doesn't matter the gender. So nowadays, it's the same. Every time is the same. You're concerned if somebody's black or white or woman or man. You concerned, I have a task to be done. And then if this person is capable or not. I'm sorry to say, but unfortunately, I see all the time in ISKCON such a lack of discrimination in this regard. All the time. For example, I'll give an example. I don't know if you already gave this example here, but you need a receptionist in the temple. And this person has to love people. Very simple. You know, they like to make friendship. They love people. They can be a receptionist. Another technical things can be trained, can be taught, but not that. The person would be introvert with no, I don't want so much connection. I get agitated or get bad if I have to talk to people. This is an introvert. The extrovert, they get very alive if they talk to people and very happy to make friends because they love people. They were born like that. So then you cannot get a receptionist for the temple who doesn't love people. It's a very practical thing. It's not like that. I'll give you an example. It's not like that. Oh, this person is available to do the job. Okay, she will do the job. And she hates that because she's an introvert or he doesn't like to do the job. But we say, oh, please be patient. And she's going to purification. Ha ha ha. Is how unpractical all the time we are, and we never ever use our intelligence in Krishna service. We are thinking our intelligence shouldn't be used. It's already there, the system. We just have to have common sense. So much Krishna, 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 religious, blah, 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 less common sense. You know, it has nothing to do with her purification path. She's just an introvert. And this is one thing that she would hate to do. Maybe she can take care of Tulsi very nice because it's a lone service. It's just there chanting mantra. Om Govinda Vallabha Devim Bhakta Chaitanya Karini Snadja Pija Gadatrin Krishna Bhakti Pradayini. It's not like that, the mantra that we think to take alone there, Om Govinda Vallabha. And you repeat this, Om Govinda Vallabha alone. Very happy. But you put her in the reception and then she'll give trouble. She treats people badly. She doesn't have any patience. You know, she's not friendly. Or she or he. So Srila Prabhupada was just like seeing, practical, openly seeing how capable the person is or not. Not how much money or skin color or gender. You know, if we are better like that as a leaders, we can do a better service for spreading Krishna consciousness. That is necessary. Okay? So I hope it's clear.
Thank you very much.
Hare
Thank you,
Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Madhava Prabhu, for the beautiful question. And you take your shoulder, we thank you for the response. Anyone else with something to share or ask? Our mother, His Holiness Kabichandra Maharaj, has requested us to remind ourselves and each other the importance of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. So if you may say something in that regard as to the importance of distributing Srila Prabhupada's books in the life of a devotee, we would really appreciate that.
I was doing book distribution for 25 years. So I love book distribution so much. But I think really it's difficult for a grihasta or a person if they don't have a system like in India. In India, they have a system of sponsoring, like, what's the name? Specifically quantity of Bhagavad Gitas or another books, you know, that you go there and then you say how many Bhagavad Gitas I want to give out, to give for free or give out, and then you have a system where you just can send the money, or you just can, the person, look, we have this and this and this and this and this, can you please help with that? You know, I think it's easier for the community if somebody get the temple president or the BBT guy get some coordinator, and then they can do. That's the way to spread. But like if you are where you are, or Lokadevi or Madhuvan, and then they just from their house, how they can get the book from whom, where, I think it's very difficult, So yeah, if you're not doing books like regularly, and unfortunately, even in some places in Brazil, they even don't have Prabhupada's books for selling in the temples many times. So it's very difficult to put this pressure, upon the congregation, because there should be some organization. And the GBCs, they have so many meetings, and they cannot solve this problem, like have a proper coordination, and understand that people are working and they have their families to take care, they have many responsibilities, but I could also myself nowadays, if somebody asked me, oh, can you please sponsor this much Bhagavad Gitas, I could just, okay, what's your bank account or PayPal, or let me send you this. Yes, I'm spending. I did that with many devotees. Or can you please pay for 2 boxes of Krishna book for being distributed in marathon Krishna book, or so it has to be done in this way. And also, like, let's suppose that Madhuvan decides to do that, and then if he goes to the BBT, and then there's nobody can guide or help him or give them the books, how he can distribute, so they need that. I'm sorry, but I think it's too much pressure. Then you feel pressure and you feel bad, but actually it's not your fault if nobody comes to you, or if you go to ask and there is no system. So don't feel bad. We have to wait for that. Well, I don't feel, because I did books for so many years, so now I am fine. The books everywhere in the world I did.
Well,
So
yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the advice. But since you yourself, you are a book distributor, you shared with us, like, now that you are not like very actively going out to distribute books, one step you help is you help with the book distribution is like sponsoring. Now, can you share with us some of your strategies when you used to go out there to approach people on the street and trying to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books? What were some of the approaches you were taking? Because if devotees get to know your technique, that might also help them, those who are in the forefront distributing books. His Holiness Kabachandra Maharaj is requesting us to be doing this because we have quite a number of books in West Africa, but they are not being distributed as they could. They could be. So Maharaj is trying to encourage the devotees to try to do the distribution. So if you may share some of the strategies that you use in distributing books, that might help others.
okay. When my kids were small, I really couldn't distribute any books because 3 kids is too much. But when we were so attached to book distribution, and then when we were in vacations, we would rent a bus in our own coast and call many devotees to travel with us, with everything paid, and come in the bus with a lot of books and distribute books each town with the bus. Is just for you to see how crazy we were about book distribution. Every time, for example, I was living here in Mayapur, and then we had vacations. Then we have to go through Europe, and they go to Brazil. We were bringing books with us to distribute books. So we have pictures of us distributing books in Firenze, in Italy. Meanwhile, we were in vacation, just going on Harinam with the devotees and bring some books with us and distribute the books. What else? Here in Mayapur, I established the book distributions for the foreigners, and I was distributing books 8 years in 5 languages here in Mayapur. And then we had one book table, one shop. Yeah, it started with the 2 tables, and then it became a shop. And then we were just calling people that they were coming. Please come to see the books, or how are you? What's your name? And then I am from Brazil. Where are you from? Oh, I am from Mumbai. Oh, this is for you. And give the book in their hands. So this is what Mayapur doing. And we were selling books for the Shiva people. They love to buy books from us. I also distributed books in Allahabad in the Kumbh Mela. It was very nice. It was very, very cheap because they were sponsored, so they were subsidized, and we were telling them. I joined them for book distribution. If you want to join, if you want to do books individually, you can go to the temple and join the book distribution groups and go with them. And it doesn't matter the quantity. You can distribute even few books. And in the West Africa, they have a lot of books. Okay, I cannot go to West Africa now. If I could go there and then organize a huge book distribution party. But I cannot go there. I'm busy with something else. But even if somebody can go there and just try to organize it. Nowadays, it's so easy to communicate, so easy to tell messages in the messenger. Navina Nirada was saying, you send messages on Messenger. You send messages on WhatsApp. You make sets. Here in Mayapur, we make sets of books. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these books, like that, and then this is the cost, and then you put one packet, and then it was very easy. So there are so many ways. But I think people have to be invited and they have to be encouraged. But there are so many ways. And you have to call people to help to book distribution according to their qualification. Not, this is my buddy, my friend, then I call them. If they're not, I don't call. No, if somebody is a salesperson and a book distributor, you have to call. You have to call that person. No, but this is not my friend. If you call somebody else unqualified, but because he's your friend, so it's never going to work, But if you have somebody that is qualified, you call, you give them the task, and then you have success. Those are working like this in many projects in the world. They are successful. So I don't know what they are doing wrong in West Africa, that the books are stuck in there, and nobody's distributing them. But you can buy, you can go there, you can make parties, and then you can, wow, my God, the book distribution, the buses, book distribution in the shops, easy. In Australia, I was doing book distribution, so easy. Yoga, meditation, mind control, this is for you. Easy. I went to yoga studio. Wow, easy. Bhagavad Gita, the best Bhagavad Gita ever. Very cheap, best one with Sanskrit. This is for you. Take it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, in my few years in devotional service, my observation has been that mostly those who distribute Srila Prabhupada's books, they become very unique devotees. There are many great devotees in our movement today. We can count, we can identify, and if you trace back in the very beginning of their devotional life, they were all book distributors. So it seems to me that there is special blessing from Srila Prabhupada when his books are being distributed. So I am also reminding myself what best I can do in terms of book distribution. If I cannot go on the street to distribute, then maybe I could also, just like you suggested, maybe somebody I could support with sponsorship, whatever number I can sponsor so that they get distributed. That can also help. So thank you for sharing that, and I hope we all can contemplate as to how best we can all help with distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Thank you. Dr. Hassan, you have something to say? Please, you may unmute.
Oops.
Yeah,
Sorry. Hare Krishna, Mother. Please kindly accept my humble respect to excellencies. All glory to Gurudev, all glory to Srila Prabhupada, and all glory to the assembled devotees.
Jai.
Please, my question is concerning book distribution. Some time ago, I met one very, very old senior devotee, and he was sharing his story that when he started the movement in the beginning, they have to go to book distribution, and he found himself that it was very, very difficult for him to distribute books. So he wanted to find something else to do, and he became a priest, like he do Jagya ceremonies and everything, and that is, he know that is his best of the field that he has to do. So my question is every devotee has to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books, or like His Grace Sadif is saying, is if you cannot distribute the books, you can do some kind of sponsorship for people to do it, or it's compulsory that every devotee has to distribute Srila Prabhupada books. This is my question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your question. No, of course not. Of course not. You have to do the service according to your nature and in the time that you have. It has to be according to your, that should fit your lifestyle, not the opposite. You know, I don't believe that no people, like Sahadeva was saying. Sahadeva was saying, I observed that book distributors, they became very advanced devotees. So it seems that book distributor has one very positive influence over people, and this is a positive influence and blessed, is a blessed service by Prabhupada. True, okay, but I saw many book distributors doing so many stupidity, dying early. Also, I saw many famous in Brazil that they died horrible death, you know. And I saw other people like Ravi Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada disciple, that is a great singer. Is a very famous singer, South American singer, Latin. And nowadays he's 70 years old. And he had a great life. He won 2 Grammys. He's very famous. And in life, in her artistical life. And nowadays he loves to hear Vaisheshika Prabhu. And he opened a center in Caracas, Venezuela. And he is teaching Bhagavad Gita and Krishna consciousness to the people who before were his fans as a musician. So he plays piano, and instead of playing, he plays also some songs, but of course he plays Mahamantra Hare Krishna, and he did an amazing album. It's called The Symphony of the Soul. And this album, this incredible album, is wonderful. And he told me, he came to my house in Mayapur one time for breakfast, and he told me, when I was creating this album, I was crying in the studio because it all came to my heart. And his whole life, he was divorced and married for 5 times. He got 8 kids, and his whole life was music, prescribed duty, that he did very nicely. So he was not a hypocrite. He was just one soul trying to find himself. He did what he had to do, and he got to be conscious of God, God-conscious person in the end. He has a house in Mayapur. He loves Prabhupada. He loves the devotees, and he's chanting and he's preaching. And I saw some book distributors that they just fall down. So it's nothing to do with that. I'm sorry to say. You're not obliged. You have to be invited. Let's suppose that you are introverted. You are shy and you don't like to sell anything. But I'm completely sure that you sympathize with the book distribution mission. And then if somebody asks you, Prabhu, can you please sponsor 5 Bhagavad Gitas or 10 or 100 small books about karma? And then I could believe that you give money for that. And you know what Srila Prabhupada said about that? Srila Prabhupada said, if Bhakta Hassan is giving money for the books and Sahadev is distributing, both of them have the same result. That's Prabhupada's words about that. I'm so sorry about, because I know the society has their agenda, but I have to tell the philosophy here because this is a Bhagavatam class. I can't be a corporate girl, and repeat the corporate, what's the name? Corporate words. I have to tell what the philosophy is, because the philosophy is that, it doesn't matter. You can, okay, I don't want to go to the streets. I'm too shy. I'm not feeling good. I don't feel it's not my call. Okay, Prabhu, you don't want to go. Can you please sponsor this? You also can choose to sponsor the books or give to the deity, or give food to the poor. It's also your choice, So, but Bhagavatam says also that giving spiritual knowledge, it is 11th canto, is the best charity one can give. Give spiritual knowledge. But how can you do that? If you cannot go personally, you can sponsor people to go. And this is the same. That's what Prabhupada said. And he was right. And he was true to say that. Because this is your prescribed duty. Bhakta Hassan prescribed duty is one. Nitya Kishora's prescribed duty is another one. And Sahadev prescribed is another one. You do your prescribed duties. You're not a hypocrite or a liar, or you're not repressing yourself. Then you can go Krishna consciousness so many years. So many years. Nicely happy. Okay? I hope it's a good answer.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mother. Thank you so much. It answers my question. I wanted to be curious about that because anyway, I'm kind of person, I'm finding it very difficult to approach people, and sometimes if I see devotees distributing books, sometimes the way people reacted to them, it makes me feel, ooh, how can I do this? So
well, when if you ever feel inspired, if somebody invites you and you ever feel inspired to go, you can go. If you don't feel, but you think this is such a good thing, you sponsor some books. Srila Prabhupada said is the same. Krishna consciousness, it shouldn't be imposed. because of forced. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't need to be. This is for the whole life and maybe more lives. So you go nicely and happy, no trauma, no problem.
Yes, thank you so much. Me, naturally, I love Harinam. I love Harinam so much, but to approach people to give book is, I find it so difficult to do that. So thank you so much for your wonderful answer.
Like that. It's like that. Go like that, you'll be good.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Well, thank you so much for the question and the answer. I was just reminded of one great devotee we have, Her Grace Mother Omila, and she came to speak to us sometime like 3 weeks or so ago, and she was sharing with us that when she first joined devotional service, one senior devotee saw her and told her that you are a teacher. You're supposed to teach. And so you should be doing that. And she said at the time, she was very shy. She didn't want to speak to people. She didn't want to approach people. But once she was told that, and she attempted to speak to people, then she realized that, oh yeah, this is so natural to me. So, like Mother Rita Kishore, you were saying, sometimes it's a matter of training. Somebody may be good in something, but may not be aware of it until somebody encourages him or her, sees that potential in him or her. And then, so my thing is, one may be introvert, which is a fact we cannot deny. He may not want to approach people. But if one tries, who knows? It might be that he may be empowered. Devotional service is all about empowerment. He may be empowered to do what he originally thought that he couldn't. And if one tries and it's still not working, there is no harm, like Mother Anita Kishore was saying. Whoever supports in the book distribution is equally as good as the book distributor themselves. So this is my simple suggestion.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I think we shouldn't waste time fighting against our nature. Let's suppose that a person is more comfortable doing something. They should develop what they're capable and comfortable to do, instead of fighting against the current to do something else because they're not, how can I say, they feel that they have to, and they have to force themselves to do something that is not their nature, or they don't like to do, just to go against their nature, or to how can I say, surrender to the social pressure. I believe this is a mistake. Like if somebody says, I love to cook, but I don't like to go so much to books. So let them develop their cooking skills. That's more intelligent and more interesting. And I'm sorry to say, but Prabhupada, he did that. He did it. He was not forcing. He was asking questions. So what are you doing? That's, I bought Govinda Das's books in Germany. I was in Germany a few months ago. I met Govinda Das, their Srila Prabhupada disciples. Srila Prabhupada disciple. She was selling the book, her memories. She was preaching like crazy in Hawaii. She made hundreds of devotees by herself. She was very, very great. She was, I always forget this name in English. Those ladies who work in the plane, serving. Srila Prabhupada asked her, what do you do? And then she said, I do that. And Srila Prabhupada said, can you please be my secretary? Because she knew that she was, educated. She traveled so many countries. She was very practical, intelligent, because she was trained in the company. So Srila Prabhupada said, can you be my secretary? This is the reason. So she was a Prabhupada secretary for many years. Okay, he was not asking her to go against her nature, because now you did that, but you have to change because women should be this, should be that, and you have to prepare yourself for a blah blah blah, blah oh BS that we tell people. Sorry to say.
Well,
we go against our nature to try to do something, and then what happened? We are usually
we
not
crash.
successful. Sorry?
I said, then we crash.
Yeah. We are usually not successful. We get a lot of criticism because it's not our nature. You do it bad. Then you get a lot of criticism and you feel so bad. You feel down. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I have some difficulties in my life. I personally, I have little patience. My patience is small. So, but my analytical capability and strategically, I am very good. So if I can work more on this part, I am always happy. But also, I did something else. I improved my communication skills. That was I did. But I even don't believe that was the cause that make me a better person. But when I decided to take care of myself and be patient with myself and compassionate with myself, I was, giving this also to others. More kindness, more compassion, and more patience. I was always repressing myself, so I was doing the same to others. I was always in the side of austerity, tapasya, this and that, forcing, yeah, this is what I have to do. So then when I see others, I had no patience. When I acknowledge my difficulties and problems and, and then I could see others also, oh my God, everybody has the same. So we have to be more patient. So this is what I did myself personally. But we shouldn't being in this, this is not our philosophy, actually. This is not our philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to, because I
I'm sorry.
101% agree with you that Srila Prabhupada himself said that guru means heavy, and one unique quality of the guru is that the guru knows how best to engage every disciple.
He should know. Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada is speaking about that in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He said that's very important, that this is Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, the spiritual masters. That chapter, Srila Prabhupada spoke about that. He said it's very important that the guru knows how to engage the disciple according to their nature.
Nature, yes.
That's what Prabhupada was saying. But he said this is a very great skill, that maybe not all the people are capable to do, So it's a great favor to yourself as a human being to discover yourself and try to engage yourself accordingly. I think we waste a lot of time trying to do something that we are not able or capable or meant to do. Not able or capable, because ability and capability you can develop, but meant to is something else. Like you force yourself to do something, you go in a situation that put yourself under pressure, your reaction is bad. You know, maybe, Sahadev, this is the reason why in so many temples we see unhappy people, unhappy communities, because maybe these people are forcing to do something that they are not meant to do. So maybe if you are more flexible and they have more understanding about, like, I have my choices, I have to choose, and then maybe they can be more kind towards each other, but more productive, you know, instead of just repressing themselves all the time and become just externally devotees to please others, you know, about something that they don't know what is that.
Yeah, thank you. You said something else that really struck me because I saw my Gurudev do it several times. Yet, oftentimes I do not do it. Maybe somebody else here also doesn't do it, or maybe others do it. But you were talking about how, like, when we see the deities very beautifully dressed, we should not just say, oh, the deities look beautiful, the deities look awesome. But also, alongside that, we say, who dressed the deities so beautifully? And we see Srila Prabhupada did that so many times. My Guru David Sranes Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj did that so many times. Whenever the deities were very beautifully dressed, he would ask, who did the dressing? So what do you suggest could be the motivating factor for the devotees to appreciate the devotees especially when they do something good? What could be motivating the devotees? I mean, we all see that if something is beautiful, something is nice, and we know somebody made it, it is natural to appreciate the person who did it, but oftentimes we don't. So my question is, how do we develop that mood of appreciating people, especially when they do good things, they do nice things?
First of all, we have to be reminded, like I'm giving the class and I'm saying, it has to be repeated by many speakers. And when it is repeated and reminded all the time, it will create a culture. So what is missing? A culture of appreciation is missing. We don't cultivate appreciation. We don't speak about it. We don't share. We don't emphasize appreciation. What we emphasize and give more emphasis, and then the people are doing, you know, like one thing. There are many. What's the name? I will share some of them. Woman is bad. Marriage is bad. This is very much emphasized. Woman is bad. Woman is a cause of problems. They are problematics. They are bad. They are Maya. Is emphasized. Marriage is a dark well. Is very much emphasized. I never go to classes anymore. Very rare. I go to classes because, you know, I am tired to hear all this. I don't believe that. This is not Bhagavad Gita at all. So this is emphasized. What else is emphasized? You go, that's Kali Yuga. That kind of statement that's saying that you cannot change anything. That doesn't empower you to make changes. It doesn't empower you to, you know, to be better. It doesn't motivate you to do better. It's just saying this is Kali Yuga and Kali Yuga is bad and everything is bad. Very negative. way of seeing the world and relationships. You know, or this is material life. This is also emphasized so much. This is material life. Your material life, your spiritual life. What do you mean? You live in the material world with the material body. And Krishna, Prabhupada says, Krishna is everywhere. In Gita says, Krishna is everywhere. Spiritual energy created the material energy. Spiritual energy is the source of everything. Everything comes from there. So here in the material world, what in Bhagavad Gita and the opulence of the absolute is the way to see the spiritual touch everywhere, every day. When the sun rises, when you breathe, when you eat, and when everything is working, then you can see that how wonderful Krishna created everything, how intelligent he is, how incredible he is, how kind, how merciful, how wonderful he is to create all this wonderful world. Like it says in the Upanishad, the world is fully completed. It's completed. Krishna created like that. So this outlook, more positive outlook to life, is not emphasized. Não é? Appreciation is not emphasized. We say, what we can motivate today? Nothing very practical. More speaking about it, more reminded. Let's create a culture of appreciation. Radhanatha Swami, he is very concerned and very objective in this point because he knows we have a problem. So every class you go, you hear him speaking about love and compassion and feelings and emotions. You are a human being. Don't block your emotions. You need your emotions to love Krishna. How you can love without any emotion? You block that. You block all feelings. Feelings are all Maya. Radhanath Swami is not like that. His classes go 5 hours, 3 hours, speaking about very deep love and relationship and understanding between one person. So he created in his temples, his community, a culture of love. Love, help, appreciation, care. He emphasized that. Things won't happen like this. And then you don't do anything, or you do bad, you don't emphasize the good, and then you say, oh, this is all Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is so bad. You know, I see more Krishna than Kali. Many times, no, not many times, few times, I think, oh, Kali Yuga, wow, where we are going, so much confusion. Where we are going, so down, so confused. Sometimes I see, most of the time I see how wonderful Krishna is. Still we are here chanting, still we are here talking, still we are here trying, still the process is so powerful, the Maha Mantra is powerful, we have a shelter, is the holy name and Kirtan is the shelter, So I'm playing harmonium, I practice. So I'm chanting every day. And then when I feel so bad, then I just sing loudly as much as I can with the harmonium alone. You know, that's our shelter, the holy names. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the holy names. More times in the day, I remember more the mercy than the problem. Oh, this is Kali, everything's so bad. You know? Or you can learn from everybody, you can learn, everywhere you can learn some kindness, intelligence, and you know, you have to appreciate. So your question You know, so how can you change that? It's not a mystical thing, not a mystical question. You create a culture. You remind yourself. You know, you do with a purpose, like Jayasheti always say. Purpose, on purpose. I wanted, even Banu Swami was telling this. He was saying, we always say Krishna Prema, Krishna Prema. Okay, it's just lips, Krishna Prema. It's okay. What are you doing, like really doing to develop your love for God, your relationship, how you can remember or relate or understanding God? Your purpose, on purpose. So it's the same about how to improve, you know, the appreciation, how to remember. You have to cultivate that. You even can do one thing at a time. If you try to do everything at the same time, I want to change job, be a good devotee, have a discipline, and do this, and at the same time be kind. No, sometimes you can't do everything all together. And so maybe for some months you just okay. In these 3 months, I will just try to develop appreciation. I will appreciate people. I will tell people, thank you very much. And this is so beautiful. Water did is so good. Thank you for the kirtan. Very beautiful kirtan. You know, you take your time, not you're running everywhere doing everything, because you have to take time for that, huh? You listen to a kirtan, and then you're there, and it's so beautiful. Or the mridanga player is so good, and then you go there. You have to take time. You can go there and find the person says, "Oh, look, you played mridanga amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. You good mridanga player." It takes time. It takes time. You take you to be conscious. Maybe you can only do that for some times. Instead, I'm sorry, I'm not preaching against japa. I think everybody should change japa. But instead of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, what are you doing? I'm sorry. Be careful. You know? We know after 50 years that it doesn't work. All the superficiality, hypocrisy, it doesn't work. And repression and faking, it doesn't work. After 50 years, we know the result of everything already. So we just have to acknowledge that. I'm sorry to say, you know, because maybe some people, but we are all adults. If you know reality is better for us. Okay?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Her Grace Nitya Kishore Devi. I believe others too, but I have learned so much from your Krishna Katha that you shared today, and I can only hope and pray that I do some baby steps towards bettering myself based on my own natural mood of serving. So, with that being said, devotees, if no one else has something to share or ask, then I suggest we bring the class to a close. But like, oh, hey, Mitravinda Devi, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I just want to
Oh, Mother Mitra, your connection is very poor. I believe you're speaking from the office, I believe. No, we cannot hear you at all. We cannot hear you. No,
No.
not at
Sorry.
all.
Connecting audio, look. We can't hear you, sorry.
Yeah.
I sent her a message.
You did? Oh, okay. Is it possible to
Oh my
put something in the
God.
chat room?
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. But now we can't.
Yeah. You got muted, Mitra. I don't think because most of the time around this time, lots of devotees here in the States are working, and in most cases, in the workplace, the employers deliberately restrict internet use, so they make connection quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deliberate thing employers do. So even though you have the best data on your phone, but they make calling a difficult thing because they don't want people to be calling and talking while they're working. But we hope that we'll get Madam Mitra Vinder's question or comment another time, since our revered speaker have to go. But like I was saying, we can't thank you enough for sharing your love and wisdom with us today, of course, as always. And with that being said, Madam Mitravinda, we apologize that you could not get through. So we're going to humbly request the devotees to kindly unmute. And we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express our appreciation to our revered speaker, Her Grace Nitya Kishore Devi, the daughter of fire god Agni. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpa tarabhascha kripa sindhubhyo Chitanam Bhavanabhyo Vaishnavadevana Ananta Koti Vaishnavadevana ki jai. All glories to Grace Nitya Kishore Devi ki jai. Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to Samud Vaishnavi devotees ki jai.
Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Agora Premanande Harivo.
Hare 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 Bol.